Let's go into our Wuji stance. Feet about shoulder width apart, facing comfortably forward. Bend the knees just slightly so they're not locked out, they're relaxed. Bring the hips forward so the tailbone points towards the floor. Feel like the top of the head is being lifted upward, elongating the spine. And then bring the chin down and in just a bit. We're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice big sigh, and as you do that, let the shoulders drop down as far as they can. We breathe in. And just let them continue to drop. Let's do that again. Breathe in. One more time. Let your shoulders round a little bit so the arms come forward. Just a little bit in front of the body and away from the body. Breathing in and out through the nose. And as you breathe in, let the abdomen expand outward, drawing the breath all the way down. Nice, long, deep inhalation. We then pause. And then with the exhalation, the abdomen contracts back towards the spine, pushing the breath up and out, slowly, mindfully. Bring your focus to the breath. Notice the quality of the air as it enters the nostrils and as it exits the nostrils. Let all your other thoughts for the day just fade away. And take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Nice and slow and relaxed. Now bring your focus to your feet. Feel all the parts of your feet making contact with the ground. Become aware of that connection all the way to the center of the earth. Notice that sense of being rooted to the earth. You feel the earth rising up to support you, merging with you, becoming a part of you. And take a couple more nice, long, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Let's step out to a little bit of a wider stance. Start with sinking the chi. So palms up as they come up your sides. Breathe in, breathe out as you push it down the center line. Nice and slow and mindful. One more time. Good, and let's alternate our arms and the hips. Great bear walking. Just imagine you're this big lumbering bear walking through the forest. Not a care in the world, nice and slow. A few more. And slowly come to a stop. Now using your hips, throw the arms back and forth. Good, now we're going to add a little bit of a variation to this. Palms down as you go down, palms up as you come up. When you're coming up, you're scooping up energy and you're pouring it down the body. Imagine you're on this giant swing, standing on the swing, swinging back and forth. Just enjoy the ride. Couple more. And slowly come to a stop. Good. Let the arms come to the sides. Opening the chest, pushing the shoulder blades together, looking up just slightly, breathing in. Now breathe out as you cross your arms and reach behind as far as you can. Let your shoulders roll forward, and giving yourself a nice big hug. Just hold that for a couple of seconds here and let everything kind of stretch out. Maybe you can even reach a little bit further around as things relax. Feel that compression in the chest. Feel the opening of the shoulder blades. Good, now nice deep breath in. All the way open it up. Feel the chest really expand and open and the shoulder blades coming together. And just relax into this again for just a couple of seconds. Good. Let's now do this with our breath, alternating which hand is on top or which arm is on top. So we breathe out and come across. We pause, get a little extra stretch, then breathe in. And breathe out, switching the arm on top. Couple more. Last one. Nice, really nice squeeze here. And then open up. Put the arms behind you, pushing the chest forward. Now let yourself swan dive down, hinging at the waist, and then relaxing the back, the neck, the shoulders as you just hang. Go as wide a stance as comfortable. Everything should be relaxed. The only place you're going to feel any tension is in the back of the legs. Each time you breathe out, see if you can just sink a little bit lower, a little closer to the floor. Now step out even to a wider stance, get a little even closer to the floor, and just relax into it. Good. Now roll up. The hips come in first. The shoulders, the back, all stay down. The hips come in. Then the lower back starts stacking one vertebra on top of the other. The mid back, upper back, shoulders. Let the hands open up. Chest to the ceiling is just lean back just a little bit. Good. Come back to the standing position, keeping that wide stance. Run your right hand down the right leg. And let it come back up. And run the left hand down the left leg. A little extra stretch here. And then we alternate. Breathe out. Breathe in back to center. Breathe out as you go down. Good. One more time each side. Good. Now let the right hand come down the right leg, but turn palm out as the left hand comes up, bird's beak, so 4 fingers or the thumb facing down, as you then lean into your left leg. You then come back up and do the same to the opposite side. Snake creeps down. One more time each side. Good, come back to the center. Again, just hang. Feel the back of the legs now stretching out. A little tension there. Staying within your comfort zone, as with all these postures. Never want to feel any pain or discomfort. If you do, limit the motion to where you can stay in the comfort zone. Pain, discomfort, all limit the flow of energy. It's like putting tension on a hose. You want that hose to be as relaxed as possible, as open. Good, drop down just a bit, walk it in just a bit. Come down into a crouch. Sit up. You can put your elbows inside the knees if that's comfortable to you, with the hands in a prayer position, pushing out just a little bit. Good, now drop your hands down. Staying upright, push up with the legs. If you need to, put your hands on the thighs. Come straight up, don't use your back. Nice. Let's go into knocking on the door of life. So we're going to turn at the waist, let the arms just hang like ribbons of silk. And it's the momentum that causes them to come up and hit the body. Right around the area of the belly button in the front, the area of the lower dantian, lower elixir field that houses our vitality chi. And directly behind it on your back is a point they call the Ming Men point. The translation is the door of life. Hence one of the names, and I've heard many for this posture, one of the names is knocking on the door of life. And as you're doing this, look over the shoulder, get a little further around, feel the back loosening up, the waist loosening up. Try not to do this fast. Try to slow it down. Do it very consciously, mindfully. Feel each vertebra turning in place, starting at the lower spine, working all the way up into the neck. And then feel the vibrations being caused by the arms striking the body, stimulating the meridians, the energetic pathways of the body, stimulating the organs. Good, and let's raise the front hand to the chest, just inside the shoulder crease, stimulating lung 1 and lung 2 points. The lung meridian starts, the superficial lung meridian starts here and flows down the inside of the arm to the thumb. Stimulating these points, trying to increase not only our respiration, but our immune system. Good, then we're going to allow the top hand to come up over the shoulder, hit at the base of the neck. Stimulating especially the gallbladder and the triple warmer meridians. Triple warmer meridian is an important one to keep flowing, keep it open. When the triple warmer meridian doesn't flow properly, it is said that it contributes to autoimmune issues. By tapping, especially the gallbladder 20 point here, we're stimulating the mind, the intuition. And let's come back down to the chest. And back down to the waist. And slow it down till the arms, and especially the hands, are just moving through the air. Nice and slow. Turning the palms towards the direction of movement just slightly, so that perhaps you can feel the air moving between your fingers. Try to turn your attention to the energy field around you and see if you can sense that energy field as your hands move through it. Maybe you can feel some resistance, some tingling, some heat, some cold. We all perceive the energy differently at different times. So there's no one way, there's no right or wrong. Yesterday we did the Shavasana set 2. So I thought today maybe we do the Shavasana set 1. So let's slow this down until it finally comes to a stop, very gradually. So the first one is opening the door, just simply going to let the wrists float up to about chest height, and then they float down. So we breathe in as they float up. We pause, we breathe out as they go down, and then we pause again. Relax the hands, the fingers. Feel like the wrists just being pulled upward by a force. Perhaps just your breath is causing those wrists to rise, and everything else just follows. And then as you breathe out, they just sink back down. Imagine you're in a pool, but rather than water, imagine it's like mineral oil. So you feel some resistance as the hands float up, and then as they float down through the oil. Force slowly pulls them up, back down. And as the fingers come up, see if you can feel the back of the fingers making contact with something like a waterfall. And as you go down, fingertips are rubbing against that waterfall. Nice and slow, timed with nice deep breaths. Good. See if you can just not even think about the movement. The breath just makes it happen, requiring no effort on your part. Allow the body to rock a little bit. Back as you come up, forward as you go down. Couple more. Last one, go down. Let's clear the lungs between each of these. So we're going to turn palms up. As we breathe in, we're bringing the energy up through the bottom of your feet, up the torso into the chest, and we're going up on our toes. So we breathe in, we come up, all the way up into the chest. Breathe out as we settle down. Good, keep the hands down, try to just momentarily feel the energy here. Then turn the hands so they're facing each other. It's almost like you're holding a big ball. And as you breathe in, that ball expands outward, opening the chest. Breathe out, come back to the starting point. Fingers don't touch, they just face each other. Slow it down. Feel like you've got this ball, this big beach ball in your arms. And as you breathe in, it just slowly expands outward. Let it get as big as you can. And then you let the air out by pushing the air out slowly. Slow it down. Couple more times. Slow, slow. Last one. Push all the air out of that balloon, out of that ball. Push it down to the ground. Bring your feet closer together. Breathing in, clear to the lungs, come up onto your toes, and then push back down. Good. Step out to a wide stance. Your left hand is going to come up over the head. Your right hand is out, extended outward. As you push the hips to the left and look to the right. Then we switch. Breathe in back to the center. Breathe out as you push your hips to the side. Dancing with the rainbow. One more time each side. Good, bring it together, push down, taking whatever energy no longer serves us, sending it down to the ground to be recycled. Step in, breathe in as we clear the lungs, and down. Good, stepping back out. Bend down, scoop up energy, cross the wrists, bring it all the way up, just a little higher than the head, and then back down. So we breathe in as it comes up, pause, breathe out as we push it down. Pause as we then gather fresh energy. Swinging arms and dispersing the clouds. One more time. The hands come down, step it in, clear to the lungs. Up on the toes, we pull it up into the chest. Breathe out as we go flat-footed and bring it down. Good, stepping out, shoulder width. We're going to push the energy out as we bring the other hand back. So it's just back and forth, turning the hips, pulling the energy back as you push out with the opposite hand. We call twisting the waist and swinging the hands. Good. One more time each side. Bring them both in, step in close, clear to the lungs. Breathe in, come up onto the toes. Breathe out, settle back down. Step back out to shoulder width stance. Let the arms come up, palms down. Imagine here you're grabbing onto oars. You're going to let your hips come forward as you pull the oars towards your body. They float up. And the hips go back as you push the oars away. Breathing in, breathing out. Rowing the boat. Full title actually is Rowing a Boat on a Lake. All these names are subject to change. Every teacher seems to have slightly different variation of the posture and a different name. But that's what happens when these things get passed down over thousands of years. fortunate to even have that, being that Chairman Mao and the Cultural Revolution almost wiped out any knowledge of QiGong. Even traditional Chinese medicine isn't really the way it used to be practiced. A lot of that knowledge was lost, unfortunately. One more time. Let your hands come down, feet come together again. Clear the lungs. Push it back down. Lifting the ball from the leg, let's go back to a slightly wider stance. With your left hand, scoop across the body, gathering energy. Turn to the right, lift the ball up above your head, then turn palm down, pushing that energy back to the ground. As you cross the body, now the right hand comes out, gathering energy. Breathing in, pause, breathe out, pause, breathe in. Lifting the ball from the leg. Make sure you're turning at the waist and moving your hips. One more time each side. Back to the center. Bring feet closer together, clear to the lungs. And down. Stepping back out. Bring your hands around so they're facing each other. Holding a big chi ball here. We're going to lift this ball up and back as we follow with our eyes. Then we're going to bring it back down to the abdomen, the lower dantian, and then lift to the opposite side and back. Looking back at the moon. Breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause, breathe in, breathe out. One more time each side. Down, bring the feet together, clear to the lungs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step back out. Push to the side, so we're going to twist. Then the hand comes back to the hip while the opposite hand comes out from the hip and pushes to the side. Similar to what we did earlier, except instead of going forward and back, we're now going side to side. pushing hands. One more time each side. Get back in. Take a nice deep breath. Bring the feet together. Drop the hands down as you breathe out. Breathe in, clear to the lungs. Breathe out, back, put it back out. Bring your left hand up so it's facing the heart. Right hand facing the abdomen, arms rounded, not too far from the body, not too close. Relaxed. We're going to move to the left and change position and move to the right. The arm that's on top, follow the elbow. That's how you always know you're moving in the right correct direction. Cloud hands. Try to do it nice and slow and fluid. Don't worry about the breath. Try to maintain the connection, the energetic connection between your palms and the middle dantian on top and the lower dantian on the bottom. And then obviously switch. One more time each side. Good. Come back down. Feet close together, clear to the lungs. And down. Good. Next one is scoop water from the sea and look at the sky. So we're going to step out with our left leg. We're going to put weight into the left leg as we come down, scooping up water, crossing the wrists. Then put weight into the right leg as we lean back and open up, looking at the sky. Breathe in as you go up. Breathe out as you go down. Make sure that you're leaning into the front leg as you go forward and leaning into the back leg as you go back. Transferring the weight back and forth between the feet really helps train your balance. One more time. And then we switch feet. Stepping out with the right foot forward. One more time. Down, clear to the lungs. Stepping out again with the left leg. Hands in front of your chest. Imagine you're standing in a pool of water and your hands are right at the level of the water. We're going to push the water, forming a wave. And then we're going to kind of grab those waves or the water and pull it back at us. pushing and pulling the waves. One more time, then we're going to switch feet. Push, pull, feet. Push forward. Back. Breathe in as you come in. Breathe out as you push away. One more time. Push, pull, clear to the lungs. Breathe in as you come up. Breathe out as you go down. Stepping out to about shoulder width or slightly wider, so you have a nice stable stance. Open your wings, open the chest looking forward, and then close them back down. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. Energy down, feet together, clear the lungs, breathing in as you come up on your toes. Energy back down. Good. Staying the same shoulder width stance we've been doing. Loose fists on your hips. Punching. So each time you punch, just drop down, let the arm rotate so that the fist ends up in front of your chest, palm down, and then it comes back. And we just alternate. One more time each side. All right. Feet in, clear to the lungs. And down. Wild goose flying. So we're going to let those wings come up the side this time as we come up on our toes. And back down. One more time. Just stay in that position, clear to the lungs. And down. Good. Stepping out to just a little bit wider stance, staying nice and stable. We're going to lift our feet off the ground one at a time. So as I lift my left leg up, my right hand comes up. I bounce the ball as I go down. Then I switch. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Bouncing the ball. One more time each side. Good. Clear the lungs. Down. Last one, keeping the feet fairly close together. Bring the arms around. Pressing the palms. Push them down as you just drop down a bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more time. Good. Down. Clear the lungs one last time. Finishing Shavasana one step. Push down. Bring down the heavens, gathering the energy. Breathe in. Push it down through the top of the head, down the torso. When you get to the bottom, one palm over the other, either holding at the wrist or interlacing the webbing of the thumbs. Just feel that energy moving through your body. Imagine your body just lit up, radiating energy outward. Your protective cocoon. And while you float weightlessly inside this cocoon, you're aware of what it feels like. Be safe. Be healthy. Be at peace. Take a deep breath, gather those energies, those feelings, and take them with you for the rest of the day. Thank you.